Right, let's see your POV.
Also, you might get some motion sickness because I have a lot of flickiness with my gameplay. You'll see. You'll notice it.
No problem. So here, do you always go for boost?
No, I switch it. It depends on. Usually, I base it off of our opponents. If our opponents are playing slower than us, then I usually cheat. If they're equal, I switch between. If they're playing faster than us, I play back for defense. I'm just right now. I'm getting a feel for my opponents, so I play back.
All right, so there's a general rule to follow, and this usually happens especially at the highest ranks, is that the default is that you should always cheat on every single kickoff.
Got it.
Right, every single one you cheat unless you specifically tell your mate back right or back left.
Got it.
Right. If you watch any like really high rank, if you watch just any pro replays, you will see that they always cheat, and if they don't cheat and they go for boost, they always say like need boost, which basically tells the other player, hey, hit it back left or hit it back right.
Got it.
But the default is always cheat. At your rank, I think Champ 3 is probably good enough where you can start telling some people, because hitting it back left and back right requires a little bit of skill. It's not like it's.
I've gotten that skill down to the point where I can easily control the kickoff and manipulate it to wherever I need to. My teammates love it.
Yeah, like exactly. If your kickoffs are good, then you can definitely do. But obviously, when you're solo queuing, you don't really know if your teammates' kickoffs are good to trust them for back right and back left.
Yeah.
So you always just default with kickoffs. I promise you, Dim, if you just cheat up and kickoffs a lot more, you will prevent a lot of goals and you will also score a lot of goals. You grab the boost, follow up. This
I could just shot that, honestly.
Yeah. I was thinking you could have like pop this ball, like drive into this ball with a little bit of boost, pop it up and immediately jump. But you know what? You getting pushed like that you can't really control that too much. Lovely. I like that a lot. A lot of people your rank don't do this. They just think,
take the position away?
Yeah, well, just cutting rotation, right? Cutting rotation.
Yeah, you're back. I can see you in my POV right there. I have really good peripheral in IRL, so that right there shows me that you're not ready. So I'm just gonna take it away from him, buy you time.
100%. That's completely correct. There's something I want you to learn. Is I want you to try whenever you're going up for an aerial, try your best to go for the ball without any air roll directly, and then whenever you get to the ball, you can use your air roll to like negate some of the recoil and to align your car like afterwards.
Got it.
It's here because if you watch your air roll, look at your boost. Look, we wasted 5 boost and the car is not even going towards the ball. We're going towards the left, right? We're on 56 boost, so that's what, 9 boost or 10 boost, and the car is still not, the trajectory is still away from the ball. And then when we get to the boost, we wasted 15 boost, right? And then when we get, look, 20 boost almost, and we still haven't reached the ball. Do you see what I mean?
My goodness.
Yeah, it's really, really inefficient here. So hold on. Yeah, so if we just go straight, nose up, go to the ball, bro, you'll get there in about 10 boost, and then you have like 50 something boost to play with.
Got it.
And it's easy to get like touches because here you're falling away because the boost is swiveling your car left and right, and then when you get there, we hit the ball to a little bit, not too underneath, because here you want to get underneath the ball, right? You want to go underneath, so you pop the ball higher.
At the wrong level. Yeah.
So, another tip is this tip is not too applicable right now because we didn't meet the ball correctly. But do you know when you're just about to hit the ball, like you kind of getting there, like here, or like you're very, very close to about to hit the ball.
Yeah.
What I want you to do is I want you to keep your car, like I'm talking about like a millisecond before you're going to hit the ball, keep your car steady, like no air roll, until you hit the ball, then you air roll.
I should have just flicked. I don't know what I was doing.
Yeah. So here. Yeah, so your job as the first man is to do what here? It's hard. By the way, this position is very hard to score because both of these players are in very optimal defensive setup.
I'm trying to figure out a good answer. Not an answer you're looking for. I'm trying to figure out a good answer that makes sense to me. Because then you'll probably critique that and then tell me, and that'll probably make sense. But ask me again.
The question.
What's my job as first man here?
Yeah, what would it be as a minimum? I'm not saying there's one answer. There could be multiple answers.
Probably creating a play and getting one of them out by demoing, or getting one of them out of the play entirely by flicking over them.
Yeah. So generally speaking, the first man responsibility when they are on the ball is to try to make life easy for the second man by trying to at least beat the first man. If they can't do that, then try to get a 50.
Got it.
So here, a really, really good play. What do you think would have been a really good play here?
Honestly, if I would have noticed he would have jumped, I probably could have gone for a fake play and been okay going up against a 50 with the second guy. But naturally, I would have flicked here. Naturally,
yes. Here, a really, really good play, which I think is probably the most optimal play. Because if you flick high here, the guy on backboard is going to comfortably control the ball, right? So flicking is not bad, but it might not be optimal. A really, really good play here, I think, is you completely break, let the ball drop in front of you, and then you do a low 50 while he's high.
I need to do that more because I see it every now and then. I'm like, yo, I could have done that in one, but I don't.
In ones, you practice it a lot in ones, low 50s, and it completely.
I do it in ones all the time, but in series for some reason I don't.
And then if you did that, I think, I'm not saying we would have scored, but I think
it would have been a better situation.
Yeah, and then maybe the second kid would have came, and then maybe you could have 50'd him, and then you never know, right? And then I'm gonna be there supporting you, and it could be a goal. You never know, right?
See, I wanted to land on the wall there, and I would have had a touch off the wall and score. That was my initial plan. Like some Zen movement here, hit the ball, get on the wall, and then come back off the wall and throw it into the net. Because that's usually what I do. And then no, it hit my car and rotated my car for me, which is annoying.
Here, I went for mid boost, right?
I think so.
Well, I stayed in the play. Here, what you could have done, I'll show you. Whenever he hits this, you should have jumped. You should have really, really jumped here as it was coming to you. You should have jumped and just smashed this ball hard into the corner. Because what that does is that when you boom the ball like this, you're gonna keep flipping towards this, right?
Right.
And this kid is going to be scurrying to try and get this ball. And because it's off the corner, it's going to have a bit of a weird bounce for this kid.
Right.
And then all you would do is the moment you boom this ball, you would just get your red eyes on and just chase this kid. If he's up the wall, you chase him. Him. And then what happens is that I'm going to notice that you boom the ball. So I'm like here and I'm like, oh shit, Demon just smashed this ball. Let me get back into the play. I'll get back into the play. I'll see that you're chasing this kid. You bump him, you demo him, the ball's like over here, blah, 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 blah. I come and score.
Got it.
One thing I want you to practice, and this is going to sound really, really weird, is boom the ball. Now, hear me out. We're all taught that we shouldn't boom the ball, keep possession, control the ball, all that kind of stuff, right? But do you know App Jack, right? Apparently Jack. Or no?
I think so. He sounds really familiar, actually.
Yeah, he's like a pro player. He's got like a big YouTube channel too. He also shares the position that booming the ball is not that bad of a thing. But there's a condition, right? The condition is boom the ball on the condition that you are able to chase the ball that you just boomed, and you are able to apply pressure on the player who is about to receive that boom. right?
Right.
Don't boom the ball if you can't chase after it and you know that the opponent is just going to receive the ball and he's going to have a lot of time to do whatever they want. The reason
That excludes backboard clears and all the other things just to get it away from your net to buy time for your team.
But why do you think
excludes that?
Why do you think that's good though? Why do you think it's a good play?
Well, you already explained it, but you already explained it. I have nothing else. That right there is exactly what I would have thought of if you kept going. I kind of already figured that out the second you started talking about it. I'm like, okay, boom to the corner. What would that do? I have forward momentum towards Jesus. He has backwards. He has forward momentum behind me. He has a potential shot. I have a potential demo, and it all started to make sense once you started talking about it.
Yes, it's so I've gotten so many goals doing that. Even so many goals where I have the ball or the ball's kind of bouncy. I just boom it. I boom it into an awkward, like kind of like corner position, and I just chase. I chase the car, and they what happens is that the opponent is like, okay, I need to control this awkward ball, and I also need to keep an eye on this kid right up my ass, right? And it's really difficult to do both. So what happens is one, they quickly jump at the ball, and that often means that it's going to be a mistouch. It's not going to be the play that they want to do. And if they don't do that, I just demo them.
Right.
So it's really, really effective to do. And I think it's going to be so good for you to do because you're naturally like the way you play is kind of quick. You're kind of speedy. So it suits your play style a lot. Me teaching this to some of my clients and students who are quite passive, they struggle with adopting that kind of method. But I don't think you're going to struggle with that. I feel like it suits right into your play style. Give me a second. I'm just trying to
take your time. I'm gonna see if I can try and figure it out before you.
So here, this is my POV. Okay. One thing I want you to do is, when you think or you have an inkling that your mate is kind of just ready and they're kind of waiting for you to make a move.
Yeah, that was my initial plan. Yeah.
I want you to think about speeding up the play.
Okay.
I'll show you what I mean. So here, you get the ball, right? They hit it. I'm somewhere mid just watching what's going to happen, right?
Right.
This happens. Here, we slow down because you're watching to see what he's going to do. But what you want to do is you actually don't want to do this. Why?
Let me honest with you, I'm not too sure. Give me a second. Let me see if I can
have a little think. It's not too obvious of an answer.
I gotta say, I don't really see the issue so far. I mean, I guess because if where he is he's backwards, so it doesn't really create much of a threat for me. But if he wasn't, I could see why. But at the same time, in general, just waiting, since you are behind me, if he booms it over me, my initial thing is make myself useful in any situation, even if I don't have possession of the ball. So if he bangs it over me, I have a bump or a demo in some way, shape, or form. So that's why I played patient here. That was
okay.
Usually when I play patient, that's why.
The reason why you want to play quick here is because you want to what's the word I'm looking for? You want to kind of give your mate something to do or give them something, because here the issue is when we slow down and we kind of play it slow, what happens is we are stalling our mate's ability to do something to impact the game, right? So here, like I'm ready. I'm like, all right, I'm ready. Demon, like you know what I mean? Like I'm ready to pounce on something. And my position is really good. I'm ready for you to do. So when we slow down, what happens is now the situation becomes a bit unsure. So now I've kind of pushed forward. You'll see my behavior. You'll see my behavior in my car. Let me go back. So watch. This happens. I'm pushing. I have forward momentum. And you have forward momentum. So I'm like, okay, this is good. This is good. And then we stop. So then when you stop, look at my car. I'm like, oh wait, so is he gonna go? Is he not? Then I end up turning because now I'm unsure what's gonna happen. So I turn back around thinking, okay, is he gonna go? The guy ends up hitting the ball back to you. So I'm like, okay, so he hits the ball back to you. So now I have to wrap back around, right? So what happens is it kills your mate's momentum in terms of what they can do to help you out. So here, what you could have done was drive pretty quick. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start to position to what's going to happen, either at 50 or he's going to knock the ball above you. If it's a 50, I'm gonna go and pick up that second ball and try and make something happen. If he knocks the ball over your head, I'm gonna be right there to quickly get another touch and again follow up on what's gonna happen, right? So here, or what you could have done was keep on driving. If he knocks the ball over you, then you go and bump him or try to demo him, and I'll go pick up the second ball. So it's definitely a bit high level, but you want to think about how you can utilize your mate's position as much as possible. What do you think?
I completely agree because everything that you said makes sense, and if I could have implemented that, we probably could have just if I would have just kept going, no matter his touch, even if I would have whipped and went straight for the ball, it's still coming back towards me. If I was even further to the right of it, that's a corner pass. Yes. So no matter what I would have done, something would have happened that would have been a good anyway.
Yes.
So I should have just 50.
Yes, period. 100%. So yeah, whenever think about this rule. Whenever you know 100%, my mate has got boost. I know he's somewhere behind me. I know he's ready. Speed up. Put some pressure. Apply some pressure, right? Because the more you slow down, the more you kill your mate's momentum behind you. It's such an important rule in tools. Okay. Okay, got it. Nice.
Gotcha.
All right, you get bumped. Pressure. Let me see this again.
Try to figure out what's going to happen because right here I expect a 50 out, so that's why I turn like this.
Yes, I was about to say the same thing. It makes sense.
But then it didn't, so I returned to put my position where I was here, just so because now I'm facing the play.
Where do you think you should have positioned?
I don't know, because the situation at hand, I think I did okay in. Okay. I don't know.
Okay, we'll talk about it. Let's talk about it. So here. Okay, let's stop. Here, where you needed to be, Demon, is you needed to be... Just creep
hold on.
Here.
Whoa. What's up? I just kicked out my HDMI cord. Give me a second. Alright, I'm back.
Alright, so it says here. Why?
Further?
Yes.
You want me to be up more?
Yes.
Why? What?
Yes.
If he's beating you, then it's over my head.
Okay, we can talk about that, but why? Why do I want you to be here?
If you get a shallow 50, I can take it away from you. That's the only thing that pops in my head right now. Or just to be protecting, just in case he beats you a soft amount, not a huge, just he beats you soft, and I can be there to help. Yes. Other than that, I have nothing.
Let me show you. So a lot of positioning is all about trying to cover as many options as possible, right? This is something I know for a fact that you understand completely. So the issue here is that what is the problem when we turn away, though? Do you think?
It pushed me out of the play almost.
True, but what are you covering? What option are you covering?
I'm covering net, and I'm covering left side.
Yes, it's because
I'm not covering the thing backwards behind.
You're expecting the ball to come here.
Right.
But this is one option you're covering. If you go here, if you go like, where was it? Like somewhere here it was, somewhere here, right? If you're and your nose is still facing forward. What you're doing is you're covering a dead 50 because 50s, you know that dead 50s always happen. Well, not always, but most times they do happen. You're covering a dead 50, and if it does go this way, it's not a big deal. You're still going to be able to turn with boost and get there relatively quickly. So you're covering both options. Now, you might be thinking, what if I get beat? Right? Mm-hmm. If I get beat, it's okay. If I get beat, first of all, whose fault is it?
Well, yeah, it may be your fault that you got beat, but it's also my fault for pushing up, which is overcommitting.
Okay, this is something that I disagree with. Because you can't play Rocket League, especially twos, based off this idea that I'm going to position in case my mate messes up. Bro, this is why people get stuck around champ or diamond.
Yo, you're so right. Oh my god, that unlocks so much. Holy cow!
Okay, because let me explain. Because if you're going to position where your mate might mess up, not will mess up, might mess up, it means that every time you position in Rocket League, it will always be suboptimal. Always.
Right, right. Oh my
Always.
god!
So what you do is you position optimally and you tell your mate, you have the responsibility to give me a good 50. If not, it's on you. You can't let this kid just completely beat you. Get a dead 50 or get something on the ball, and I promise you I will follow up on it. Just give me something on the ball. If it beats you, first of all, it's my fault. 100%. You have no responsibility in this. And two, the ball will kind of go this way, and you will still be able to bail your mate out by turning around, because this is not a threat yet. But this is, if you're going to take one piece of advice, Demon, just one from this whole session today, it's
taking a lot. I don't know what you mean.
I know, but if it's going to be one, it has to be this: do not position in positions where your mate might mess up. It has to be,
You're
because
so
your
right.
yes,
Yeah.
otherwise your position will always be suboptimal at all times. And how are you supposed to rank up if you're suboptimal at all times? It's impossible.
You're not. Yeah, you're not.
Yeah. So
Holy cow.
yes.
Okay.
And then you might be thinking, but what if I keep on losing? What if my teammate doesn't do the correct decision? What happens is this: you start to perfect your optimal position. So you start to perfect your role as first man. You start to perfect your role as second man. And then on top of that, you naturally start to work on your mechanics that you do on the side. And then the way you rank up, if your teammates are still like ass, basically, is you eventually power your way through, and you carry your way through out of the rank. And then you hit GC, you hit like GC2, and then generally around that rank, people are playing the same way. Like they're all positioned optimally because they know their mate are consistent enough to not mess up, and they know where they're going to be. And then you don't have to worry about your mate so much because you're at that rank where everyone is good. Do you know what I mean?
Got it. That makes so much sense. Holy cow, man.
Super important. Honestly, it would.
I'm telling you this right now. If after this I hit GC, I'm calling you and I'm gonna say thank you like 1,000 times. I'm just saying.
You're putting pressure on me. Don't do that.
Oh no! If you don't, it's not. If I don't, it's my fault for not making it. If I do, it's your fault for me making it.
No, I appreciate that. I really, really do.